Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
More than a year after the pandemic, there are families still struggling to pay rent and other bills.
The city's emergency housing assistance program has helped thousands of households since last year, and they still have millions in funds available.
Tiffany Huerta spoke with a San Antonio woman who found herself unable to pay rent due to medical reasons, but she got the help she needed thanks to this program.
And I had to have surgery.
The bills kept piling up, and Teresa Williams began struggling financially.
The cost of medication and everything just put me in a financial situation to where my children was helping me.
A friend told her she might be able to get help through a city program. Williams applied. She says it changed her life.
They was able to help me with at least 2 months rent and my utilities.
Williams is not alone. San Antonio's emergency housing assistance program has helped more than 42,000 households pay their rent, mortgage, and utilities. The program was recently recognized as best performing program in Texas by the affordable advocacy nonprofit Texas Housers.
In Texas, we are the fastest at getting applications and money out the door so that people can stay housed.
Veronica Soto, the director for the Neighborhood and Housing Services Department, says the program has more than $50 million available.
For rent, the most we can help is 9 months of assistance, but that's still a significant amount of money so that people can catch up.
With the federal moratorium on eviction set to expire on July 31st, Soto says the time to apply is now.
We're urging people apply to the programs before you get an eviction. But even if you do get an eviction, you can apply not just to our city program, but you can also apply to the state.
The Texas Supreme Court has extended the state's eviction diversion program until October 1st.
If you have an eviction, they can help you with up to 15 months of rent. And then the other thing is that an eviction is a legal document, so something that goes on your record. So what they do is they seal the record as well.
The city is still accepting applications and will be doing a few events soon to help people apply. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
One of the big stories we're following at this hour, a San Antonio Democratic state representative, one of dozens who broke quorum to keep a controversial voting restrictions bill from passing the Texas House, is back in Austin tonight after fleeing to Washington, D.C. State Representative Philip Cortez has returned to the state capitol to try and negotiate with Republican lawmakers on that bill. That's what he says. Cortez is one of several Texas Democrats who have come back to the Lone Star State, but there are still not enough to establish a quorum. 100 are needed to pass legislation. At last report, there were just 91. We'll have more from Cortez on his decision to return and the criticism he's facing coming up tonight on the Night Beat.
They always maintained they were innocent, and now 3 people exonerated on drug charges following a ruling by the State Court of Criminal Appeals. Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez says John Gabriel and Louis Garcia will be released from prison in the next few days. Regina Linan Juarez also sentenced in this case, but she died shortly before her sentence was dismissed. Information about a confidential informant planting evidence in a different case caused attorneys to re-examine the conviction of these 3 people. They said they didn't do it, but took plea deals at the suggestion of their attorneys.
There is potential for compensation, and certainly we would do everything in our power to support that.
The DA now launching an investigation into that informant and other cases that person might be involved in. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office handled the initial warrant and the arrest. They've not replied to our request for comments so far.
One man in critical condition, a woman and her son being questioned by police. This all happening after a shooting and a 7-hour standoff. Police were called out to the shooting this morning around 4 a.m. at the Costa Murata apartments off Somerset Road on the southwest side. When police arrived, they found one man with a gunshot wound to the head. He was taken to the hospital. Police were able to figure out which apartment the shooting came from. However, the woman and her 13-year-old son refused to leave that apartment. Negotiators were called to the scene. Eventually, they came out around 11 a.m. The police still haven't determined who's the suspect and who's the victim, if there are any.
We believe that there's no more immediate threat to the public, and if anyone in the public has any information, to please contact the police so we can try to piece this all together.
As of now, no charges have been filed in connection with the shooting.
In court today, testimony that included the words, "He said it felt good to shoot him." It happened while a San Antonio police officer was on the stand testifying about the arrest of Otis McCain, the man accused of murdering Detective Benjamin Marconi in 2016. That witness, one of 10 the jurors heard from today on day 8 of this trial. The jury also getting to see video of McCain's arrest. Here's Erica Hernandez.
One by one, SWAT officers took the stand to explain their roles at the time of Otis McCain's arrest.
Our responsibilities at that time, they would entail was just supplementing the team. The team charged with the takedown is using the element of surprise to attempt to apprehend the suspect at that time.
I opened the driver's side door, scanned and assessed the suspect for any weapons on his person, undid his seatbelt, assisted him to the ground, at which point he was handcuffed and taken into custody.
The video of the arrest and this testimony were used to show no shots were fired and that McCain was compliant the entire time. Following his arrest, McCain's home was searched by crime scene investigators. Black Nike shoes, custody paperwork, and a black Spurs cap similar to the one seen worn on the suspect the day Detective Benjamin Marconi was killed were all found in McCain's home. Another witness that testified was Officer Parker Morris. Now, Officer Morris was the one who walked Otis McCain into the magistrate's office after he was in custody. According to Morris, McCain told him during a pat-down search he killed Detective Benjamin Marconi.
What statement specifically did the defendant make to you or in your presence during the pat-down?
Yes, ma'am. He made it felt good to shoot him.
Tomorrow, the prosecution could introduce to the jury video of the interview that was done after his arrest. That video is expected to be about 4 hours long. Court will resume tomorrow at 1 p.m. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
In New at 6, New Braunfels police asking for your help in finding one of Comal County's top 10 most wanted. 28-year-old Aaron Arnaldo Gomez is a convicted felon, wanted for violation of parole. He's also the suspect in a recent aggravated assault with a deadly weapon case. Police say he has an easily identifiable scar on his right eyebrow. He is considered dangerous. Anyone with information asked to contact New Braunfels Police or Comal County Crime Stoppers at 830-620-TIPS.
COVID-19 survivor Tony Lopez won't be alone on his road to recovery. He'll have his wife and his children at his side and his large extended family. If it weren't for them, Lopez says he couldn't have gotten this far. Jesse DeGollado says he's awakened from a nightmare that began during a time that most of us will never forget.
His ecstatic family wouldn't have missed this for the world. The same family who'd taken turns to be at Tony Lopez's side 150 days at 3 hospitals.
I didn't see myself doing anything else but being here, except for going to work, coming home and supporting him.
Whew. It was torture leaving them, to have them leave me every night.
They'd nearly lost him twice. The prognosis then, dire.
He has to fight this on his own, this COVID, and he did.
But back then, during this year's deadly winter storm, much less, even with a raging fever.
He was putting gas in the generator so his family wouldn't freeze to death.
His wife and kids had also come down with COVID.
All of us being sick, him the worst, and then him being admitted the next week in the hospital.
Man's best friend.
Yet here he was, his dog Lucky at his side. But wait, there's more. Lopez was dancing in his wheelchair to the mariachis with only one doctor-approved beer in his hand.
And I'm just glad to be alive.
Jesse DeGollado, KSAT 12 News.
Glad he's going home.
Me too.
We've had it pretty easy this summer in South Texas. Lots of rain and temperatures not getting near what we normally see in the dog days of summer. But the hottest part of the summer is coming up.
Yeah, that's why our KSAT community partners are trying to get out the word about hot car safety. And even though we've enjoyed cooler than average temps, things can heat up quickly in a hot car. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey standing by live. She's been in the parking lot for most of the day, showing us just how dangerous a hot car can get. Sarah.
That's right, Steve and Myra. And in fact, unfortunately, most recently, our recent first Texas hot car death occurred in Tyler, Texas, unfortunately. And so with me today, we have Jennifer Northway with Safe Kids San Antonio, which is led by University Health. And she is helping to get the message out that these hot car deaths can unfortunately happen to any family, no matter how loving. And it's not just if a kid is in a parking lot, right, Jennifer?
Right. Unfortunately, we found that even kids have crawled into a vehicle playing and found themselves trapped. So it's very important that we remember to keep our keys up and away, because kids think vehicles are safe, right? They're riding with us, and sometimes they can think it's a fun place to play. And when we have our child locks on to keep them safe in the car, it can also mean that it makes it difficult for children to escape the vehicle when there's danger.
So if for some reason you notice your child is missing and you're at home, what should you do? Where should you check first?
We want folks to remember to first check any pool or water, even if it's a kiddie pool in the backyard. Check the water first, then check your vehicle, including the trunk. We have unfortunately had children crawl into trunks and get trapped, and then check the home. Obviously, if they're hidden in the home somewhere, it is a safe environment, not like the water or hot vehicle.
That makes sense. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Jennifer. You know, it's not been a particularly hot day. We've seen maximum temperatures outside of upper 80s, low 90s, but at one point it was 152 degrees in this car. We set out chocolate bar early this morning at 9:30. That's completely melted, although it's maintained its shape. Chapstick, it's gone. The chapstick is completely melted. It was rolled all the way out, and these gummy bears unfortunately didn't stand a chance. They become a gummy bear pancake because of how hot it is in this car. So again, it doesn't matter how warm or not warm it is outside. You've absolutely got to make sure to keep those kids safe. And again, thank you so much, Jennifer, for being here with us. Back to you, Steve and Myra. Adam's going to have the details on how hot it's going to be in the coming days.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Look outside with live cam. A little hazy in this view, but certainly, as we just saw, there's lots of heat out there.
Yeah, and lots of rain chances.
Yeah, some rain chances and more haze coming in the sky because of Saharan dust. We'll talk about that. 89 our high temperature today. Some showers popping up here and there across our area. Closer look at these and timing them out for you and when they're going to come to an end straight ahead.
Hey, thanks, Adam. We've got some breaking news. This is at San Pedro Springs Park, not far from downtown, right across San Pedro from San Antonio College. And there was a report of a rescue that needed to be happened here. This is where the San Pedro Springs are. I believe this is actually really close to where the springs come out in that park. And the call was for a man trapped under a rock.
Yeah, more specifics on that location. It's the 2200 block of North Flores. The fire department here, San Antonio Fire Department, responding to a call for an entrapment. Again, a report of somebody who'd slipped underneath a rock, got trapped there, stuck in some way, but it appears that person has been rescued, pulled out. It looks like they are tending to that person there on the ground at this point.
Yeah, we have a crew on the way to the scene, but again, this is San Pedro Springs Park that's been undergoing some renovations, but there are springs there, there's a pool there, and it looks like somebody got trapped under one of those rocks that you see there.
A lot of first responders on the scene to help. We'll be right back. A few crashes and some construction crews may greet some drivers this evening.
Our Samuel King joins us now with a look at some potential traffic trouble spots.
Well, sorry, Steve. Myra, one right now is going to be I-35 southbound at Splashtown. We've had a crash here that's closed at least one of those lanes. We can take a closer look at this as we head over here to the traffic wall. And there you see tow truck is on the scene, so this might be getting cleared up shortly, but you can see traffic moving slowly through there. Let's take a look at that on the map. 9 miles per hour now southbound on 35. So that's causing major delays if you're coming from the northeast side into downtown. It's going to take you 26 minutes just to get from Loop 410 to downtown. Things do improve once you get past downtown, only 10 to 11 minutes either way. Also on 1604 this evening, construction will continue as it will. They're really starting to ramp up this major improvement project here. So one spot you'll see some changes is between Hausman and Bandera Road, some single lane closures between 9 and 5 this evening. And taking a look at the situation there right now, it'll take you half an hour to go the stretch from 281 to Bandera Road, only 17 minutes the other way. So some heavy traffic on the northwest side this evening, guys.
All right, thanks, Samuel. Outside today, Adam told us we could see some pop-up showers, and some people did. I did. Just down the road, things were totally dry, though.
Yeah, it's spotty showers, the definition of what happened today.
Yeah, exactly. Very widely separated, some cases just highly isolated to just a few locations, and that's what we're dealing with today. And we'll have another opportunity tomorrow till the weather pattern dries us out a bit. Let's take a look at the radar. Let's get right to it. And you look at the big picture, you see that widely separated activity close to home here around San Antonio, Bexar County, surrounding counties as well. Castroville, Bernie, Bulverde. We're dry for the moment. However, we're watching these outflow boundaries like this one right here moving through New Braunfels, about to get toward Garden Ridge, Selma area. These outflow boundaries, and even the one moving through Gonzales County that's headed westward, those can kickstart new thunderstorms. So it's one of those nowcasting situations where you wait to see where these thunderstorms develop and then collapse, and then they also kick out these outflows, and sometimes those outflows collide to generate storms. Sometimes they just kick them up on their own. It quieted down a little bit in Hallettsville. Now we're seeing the heavier activity in DeWitt County and northern Goliad County, just south of Yorktown and Cuero. That's the heaviest action. This doesn't have a whole lot of movement to it. It just develops westward, basically, into Karnes County and even southern Atascosa County. That's where we've got this broken line that has developed a bit. Right along I-35, Divine to Pearsall. Heavy rainfall there, of course, a few delays probably on the interstate. Off to the north of town, some isolated activity, especially in Kerr County, and not a whole lot left over off to the west. But again, some more development possible as we see those outflow boundaries coming and going here and there. And that's going to be the case through a couple hours after sunset. Upper level low helping us out a little bit more today. So slightly better coverage of the rain or more showers than yesterday. And it's going to help us out again tomorrow. So tomorrow's another opportunity for some scattered pop-up activity. But then this upper level high currently over Florida, that settles in by Friday all the way on through the weekend, and that's going to dry us out a bit. You will notice a little extra haze in the sky. We don't have the dust overhead right now. It's over the Caribbean at this time. That African dust, yes, it comes all the way from the Saharan desert. That's going to be creeping in at sunrise on Friday, but more noticeable by sunset on Friday. And it's going to linger through Saturday and even on into Sunday. So you'll notice that extra haze in the sky from that African dust. Right now we're at 85 degrees, dew point is 70. Looking off to the west, a decent amount of cloud cover, but not a whole lot of rain falling from those clouds that we're looking at there. Just looking at the temperature map, you can see where we've had rain, where we have outflow boundaries. 79 Canyon Lake, 79 Rio Medina, Divine 76 degrees. Meanwhile, Converse 86, Stinson now at 89 degrees, Pleasanton at 91, but just south of Pleasanton in Atascosa County, some heavy rain. You can probably see it off in the distance if you look southward from Pleasanton. And Cotulla at 94 with sunshine. So of course temperatures are all dependent on where the showers are and then those outflow boundaries, those cool breezes from the thunderstorms where they travel. So some pop-up showers through probably a couple hours after sunset, and we still can't rule out one or two redeveloping tonight, but they should be very isolated. Tomorrow we're looking at about 40% coverage across south and central Texas. A lot of them are going to be random in nature and will be dictated by some of those outflow boundaries. 74 in the morning. Near 90 for the high tomorrow. And then this looks a little more familiar for July. Sunny and mid-90s for several days in a row starting Friday.
I still cannot believe we haven't hit triple digits.
And we've been below average all month.
Don't say it out loud. Thanks, Adam.
All right. The Cowboys opened up camp today, I guess, with the state of the Cowboys and Jerry Jones, but COVID and the topic of COVID never far away.
Never far away at all. Certainly a hot topic, and that's because the NFL and the NFL's Players Association wants teams to be at least an 85% vaccination rate for COVID-19. According to reports, the Pittsburgh Steelers are their Hall of Fame opponent. The Dallas Cowboys are not. And Giannis Antetokounmpo went to Chick-fil-A to celebrate. This is awesome. Coming up.
I could probably be anywhere in the world I want to be right now. I want to be here with our team.
Team owner Jerry Jones getting emotional more than once today as the Dallas Cowboys return to training camp in Oxnard, California in Big Board Sports.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
After the COVID-19 pandemic shut down all off-site training camps last season, the Dallas Cowboys marked their return to Southern California today with the State of the Cowboys address that included talk of the team's vaccination rate. With more on that, let's take you live to Oxnard, where Greg Simmons is standing by. Greg?
Yeah, Larry, that was a hot topic today. We kind of expected that, especially with reports indicating the Cowboys only had a 70% vaccination rate, well below the threshold set of 85% by the NFL. And we expected that to be actually the first question today, as the team brain trust, the Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, accompanied by his son Steven, second-year head coach Mike McCarthy, made their way to the stage to officially mark their return to Oxnard. That's because all NFL eyes are on the Cowboys and the Steelers, since they are the only two teams in camp.
Out of our 90 players here, we have a handful that, in my mind, have still to commit to this. A handful, without hand, and a hand is 5.
I was not particularly 100% on board with the vaccination, but through the relationships that we're fortunate to have in the medical community, and to be able to watch the science, the numbers, and so forth, and then I made a conscious decision to get the vaccination.
Vaccines.
All right, another moment that stood out in the State of the Cowboys address today was Mike McCarthy's reaction when he was told that Hard Knocks would be returning to document the Cowboys' comeback to California.
I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I about wrecked my truck when Jerry called me. I was driving through a rainstorm, but once I got back on the road, I'm all in. So I'm excited about it.
I'm glad to see he's okay. By the way, the first practice of the Dallas Cowboys training camp is tomorrow, Larry. Live from California, Greg Simmons, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thank you, Greg. Sitting alone with a towel on his head and crying tears of joy, Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo took a moment to reflect before joining the Bucks championship celebration last night. Milwaukee beat the Suns in Game 6, 105-98 to win the series in 6 games. Giannis led the way with a legendary performance, 50 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 block shots. He averaged 35.2 points and 13.2 boards per game in the finals to win Finals MVP. After partying all night, Giannis celebrated this morning by hitting up a Chick-fil-A drive-thru in Milwaukee.
There's 150,000 people watching you right now.
Really?
Yes. So can I have, please, a 50-piece Mac Minis, 50 exactly.
Okay.
Yes, he ordered 50 chicken minis for his 50-point performance and did so with the Larry O'Brien Trophy and Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP trophy by his side. To wash it down, he got a large drink, no ice, with half Sprite and half lemonade. Additionally, he took pictures with fans who stopped by his ride to say congrats, and he allowed one of those fans to touch the Larry O'Brien Trophy, and that dude right there lost his mind.
I can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty exciting moment.
Yeah. And good publicity for Chick-fil-A.
Absolutely. He's trying to get Chick-fil-A free for life.
I think he's probably there. Yeah. Thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back. Earlier this week, we had a KSAT Q&A guest in D.C. Today, we have one just back from D.C., a face known to San Antonio. County Commissioner Precinct 2, Justin Rodriguez, joining us. Thanks for being here. We know you just got back from your trip to the nation's capital, and that's what we want to start with, talking about why the trip to Washington has to do with infrastructure. So tell us the reason for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was there for the last 2 days. And again, thank you for having me. The infrastructure is kind of the term of the day, right? We know that the Congress, the Senate, and the legislature there in D.C. are debating whether or not to put this huge infrastructure bill to the American people. It's about $1 trillion bill. And we have some very specific asks related to infrastructure. And we went up there, over the past few months. Everybody knows the mayor and the county judge have been working pretty much in lockstep on COVID response and the pandemic. And we've kind of taken that blueprint and continued those conversations related to our federal lobbying asks, right? So I was up there with the mayor this week. We had some great meetings at the White House with our delegation, all related to infrastructure and some projects in particular that were important to my precinct, the west side of Bexar County.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Talk a little bit about that, because obviously with all the rain that we've had and some of the flooding that we've had, One of those projects in particular in your precinct have to do with drainage, correct?
It does. So everybody has become more and more familiar with the Linear Creek projects all over Bexar County, right? If you go to the north side, the Hebner Creek, the Leon Creek, great watershed projects, but also green space amenities. Well, my advocacy has been related specifically to the West Side Creeks. So San Pedro, which is being finished through downtown, the tributaries are the Alazan, the Apache, and those creeks that go through the west side. So I was back in May up in Washington to advocate to get something in the president's budget. We were successful with the help of Congressman Castro and others to get some money into the president's budget for some pre-construction and engineering costs on a section of the West Side Creeks. We've now got an application in, a joint application, city, county, everybody, the river authorities on board for a $25 million grant for the Zarzamora Creek extension. That's a part of the West Side Creeks that will connect the west side, the Ingram Transit Center, to the rest of the creekways, so that you can essentially look, when we're done with these creekways, 130 miles of linear creeks for pedestrian and bicycle safety. But to your point, Steve, also very, very important flood control components, the ecosystem restoration, the dredging that goes on to take potentially some homes out of the floodplain. We've had longstanding issues with that, particularly on the west side, the older part of our communities. So yeah, it was some good meetings, and it was a whirlwind when you go up there and you've got 5 or 6, 7 meetings in a day, and then head back. It's a little bit trying, but I would tell you that we were well received in Washington. The mayor and I had some great meetings at the White House with our delegation, with some U.S. senators. And I would tell you, too, that I think the track that we're on, the Building Back America, my sense is that San Antonio and Bexar County are checking all the boxes as it relates to the initiatives the administration's put forward: equity, sustainability, safety. So I feel very good about this. Is a very competitive process, but I feel very good with the application we put in for this particular project.
As you were talking there, we were showing some pictures, of course, of the intense flooding we saw in the recent weeks along Leon Creek. We know that, the day that happened, that area was just inundated by rain, I believe more than 9 inches in a day. But can you talk specifics about, when it comes to flood control, what is needed in neighborhoods along Leon Creek? Because we talked to a lot of homeowners those days who were saying, it's on one side of the house, it's on the other side of the house. So what changes would be made if you do get that $25 million grant?
So there's going to be some supplemental discussions that occur. The $25 million grant is specifically for the West Side Creeks and the Zarzamora Creek in particular. But what I will tell you is, look, the county, one of our core functions is flood control, right? Regional flood control. Before I was on court back in, I think, 07, 08, the county embarked on a 10-year flood control program, addressed some of the flooding in our area. Look, we're going to have to do more work with respect to that and invest more dollars. So we talk about infrastructure. People think, I think logically about streets and sidewalks and bridges. The reality is infrastructure also encompasses flood control. And so as we go through our budget this next few weeks, and as we can contemplate investing the American Rescue Plan dollars, which we also have access to, thanks to our friends in Washington, the county is going to have to really step up and figure out where are those hot spots, where do we need to think differently with respect to flood control, and invest significant dollars to change that. Because again, as you mentioned, our community is growing. Bexar County now is over 2 million people. There's a bunch of people coming to Texas every day as we hear the numbers, and we've got to figure out these issues now before they get worse. And that means making some meaningful investments. So the county and the city are working together on that. And we're hopeful that in addition to Washington money, we also are going to leverage local dollars to address some of the flooding in our community.
Commissioner Rodriguez, I know you flew back last night. Appreciate you making time for us today to talk about what's happening in Washington and the impact that it's not going to just have on the city and the county, but just specific neighborhoods. So I appreciate your time.
Always happy to join you guys. Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Still watching this situation on 35 southbound near Splashtown. We still have this incident here on I-35 southbound. At least one lane there is closed. We saw a tow truck there earlier, so we thought it was going to be cleared up a little sooner than that. But police are still on the scene. There's still that truck there. So watch out for that if you're heading 35 southbound, heading toward downtown San Antonio. This is how that looks on the map. Again, down to 9 miles per hour to traffic there south of 410 and Benz Engelman. So watch out for that this evening. Also keep an eye on things on the northwest side. Going to have some construction again on Loop 1604 around the I-10 area over toward Hausman and Bandera. Some slowdowns definitely in that area already. We'll take you up to Comal County in New Braunfels. We had a vehicle fire there, according to TxDOT. This is at Walnut, so 35 southbound. So some slowdowns there if you're traveling up in Comal County this evening. A lot going on for a Wednesday evening, but take it easy on the roads and we'll get home safely, guys.
All right, thanks, Samuel. Look outside with live cam, another day of splash and dash showers. I just like to say that.
It is
splash
fun.
That's very accurate, I think.
Yeah, we like to say that around here. Splash and dash, that's what they are. And they develop and quickly dissipate in some locations. We'll take a close look at the radar because they're hitting some folks pretty hard with some heavy rain. Other folks have some sunshine. And we'll talk about rain chances for the days ahead, which do change a lot coming up.
Google Maps can do more than just give directions and help users social distance. The tech giant announced it's expanding Google Maps to track crowding on public transportation. The information will span over 10,000 cities across 100 countries.
Yep, Google Maps will use that info to predict when mass transit is the most crowded in an area. The city's Google Maps will track some of the biggest traffic hotspots in the country, like New York City, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C.
In the buzz today, Apple's iPhone may be the dominant force when it comes to smartphones, but that doesn't mean other companies are just going to stop trying. Like Samsung, the tech company hinting it will debut a new kind of foldable phone next month.
Yeah, it's holding an online event called Galaxy Unpacked on August 11th. The tagline for the event is "Get ready to unfold." The company says it's trying to fill a need for, quote, flexible, versatile mobile devices. Samsung also offers a phone called Galaxy Z Fold 2.
Not like a flip phone, though.
No, fold phone.
Fold phone, okay. There may be a debate over whether hot dogs are sandwiches. They're not, by the way.
Okay.
They're not sandwiches.
I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Anybody
one.
believe they're a sandwich? No?
They are between two pieces of bread.
Stop it. There is no debate over whether they're a summertime staple, though. That's why we have National Hot Dog Day, which is today, and happens during National Hot Dog Month. Adam, you listening? The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, that is a thing, estimates that Americans eat as many as 20 billion hot dogs each year.
That's a lot of wieners. Hot dogs are easy to cook in the microwave, on the stove, over a fire, and you can go super cheap or super expensive when it comes to toppings. The choices are pretty much endless. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council established National Hot Dog Day in 1991 to coincide with a hot dog lunch on Capitol Hill. So wherever you are, relish National Hot Dog Day.
Okay, that one got a genuine laugh.
I know, you actually laughed at
I did.
a joke of mine.
I did.
So.
You're the wiener today. Like the winner,
yeah, I got it. Yeah.
I want to know how you get on the Hot Dog and Sausage Council. That
Right?
sounds rowdy. Oh, just to have that title, yeah.
Nobody wants to know how the Hot Dog and Sausage Council's made.
See, coming from a sausage-making family, I'm all about this, right?
Okay.
Kishka, the best. That's the blood sausage. It's my favorite.
We have heard all about that.
We remember.
Just got to get your hands on the fresh cow blood. You can freeze it too. And keep it for next time.
Sorry.
It's really
Bill.
good.
So
seriously.
rain.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Non-adventurous folks. I'll bring some in. I've got 4 rings actually from my dad in the freezer right now. So maybe I'll bring some in sometime for you guys.
Okay.
Pop-up showers out there. Oh, maybe I'll have some for dinner, actually. Now I'm excited. A few pop-up showers out there now, even again tomorrow. Then our dry patterns kicks up on Friday, and that's going to last through the weekend. Saharan dust, that's going to be back on Friday, so you'll notice some extra haze in the sky Friday on through the upcoming weekend. It'll be around for about 2.5, 3 days. Okay, let's get to the radar. This is the activity we have out there, and one thing in particular that's very noticeable is this outflow boundary that got kicked up from the showers and storms that were in Lavaca County, DeWitt County, Gonzales County, and even near LaGrange. This outflow boundary, that's just the puff of cool air that comes from these thunderstorms, and it's marching westward, and it's going to get here within the next couple of hours, and that could trigger its own showers, kind of like what we had yesterday evening around 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Well, pretty much the same thing here. As this moves westward, we got to watch it, because already in western Gonzales County, it's kickstarting a new little cell right there in western Gonzales County, and it'll continue to push westward and even collide with another boundary, and just can't rule out these stray showers popping up as a result of that. And these outflow boundaries, as they get kicked out in random directions, they can generate their own showers and storms. Heavy activity here, southern DeWitt County, just south of Yorktown, now even hitting Yorktown, on into Kennedy, city of Kennedy, as a very heavy rainfall. And this is going to last a little bit longer than the usual and the typical showers and storms we've seen out there this afternoon and evening, because it's a little more organized. And you see it's kind of a broken line now all the way into southern Atascosa County. Moderate heavy rainfall, a little bit of lightning and thunder, of course, associated with those. And still on I-35, that action that we were watching, a little bit of light rain left over, but most of that has come to an end between Devine and Pearsall. North of town, nothing to really talk about until you get up into Austin, and what we had in Kerr County has come to an end. Most of this activity will come to an end a little after sunset, say by 9, 10 o'clock, but still, with all those outflow boundaries out there, we can't rule out 1 or 2 showers redeveloping even after sunset. Here's what's happening. This is the big driving force right now. Upper level low, better position to kickstart a few more showers than what we had yesterday, and that's going to be in an even more favorable position tomorrow. So if you missed out on the rain, you have another chance tomorrow, and I think tomorrow's a slightly better chance. We'll have more of this developing, some heavy downpours here and there, but sunshine elsewhere. Not everybody's going to get it. So if you need that rain and you want that for your lawn and garden, cross your fingers for one more day, because Big Blue H, upper level high, that's going to settle in. Coming actually off the Gulf of Mexico. Sunshine by Friday afternoon all the way through the weekend and into next week. We're getting into a more familiar weather pattern around here for July. So tomorrow, 40% chance, and then 0% once we get Friday into the weekend in terms of the rainfall. 85 outside right now, dew point of 70, so it feels like we're 89. 76 in Devine, some rain-cooled air there, and of course, outflow boundaries affecting temperatures elsewhere as well. Canyon Lake 79, Bulverde 78, 85 right now in San Antonio. Meanwhile, 94 in Cotulla. That's where it's warmer. Tomorrow we'll start the day at 74, make it up to near 90, but most of us in the upper 80s with those scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up here and there throughout the day. Then sunny, dry, mid-90s as we go through the weekend.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
In case you missed it, coming up next.
New at 5, police arresting 2 suspects who may be juveniles after they say one of them shot a woman on the city's south side.
At some point, the woman stopped and picked up 2 others, a young boy and girl. Police say the 2 tried to give the driver money for the ride. They said it was fake. That's when the victim kicked the 2 out of the car. Once they got out, one of the 2 allegedly pulled a gun and shot the driver.
A woman who was hit and killed by a driver last night. The police department says the woman was walking in the street when she was hit by a blue car. They say the driver of that car did stop to help. The woman, though, died at the scene.
San Antonio police were called to the Southwest Side complex around 4 this morning after shots were fired. They arrived to find a man outside the complex who had been shot in the head. SWAT officers were called after investigators were led to a unit on the top floor of one of the apartment buildings. Negotiators spent 7 hours trying to get the 13-year-old and his mother out.
3 robberies happening at 3 convenience stores all this morning, and now police are trying to figure out whether they're all connected. San Antonio police say a man walked into the store and pointed a gun at the clerk and demanded money. He took off running with the money from the cash register. An hour prior, they say a man pulled a gun at the clerk at a 7-Eleven. The same thing happened at a Circle K. SAPD says after the last robbery, they did find a gun inside a car parked at a nearby church. They are trying to determine whether it has anything at all to do with any or all of these 3 robberies.
Some new problems on Loop 410 on the northwest side. This is at Callahan Road. We have a crash reported there. Traffic down to 16 miles per hour. Here's what that's doing to your travel time in that area. 12 minutes now between I-10 and 151, only 7 minutes the other direction. But good news at 35 at Splashtown. That crash is now cleared, Adam.
All right, Sam, looking at radar, we've got still a lot of activity at Atascosa County. You get into Karnes County, DeWitt County, Yorktown to Kennedy, south of Pleasanton. Heavy activity there, some heavy rainfall, quick 1 to 2 inches likely with that. We're watching these outflow boundaries as they head towards San Antonio. They could kick up a few more showers just within the next couple of hours.
All right, thanks, Adam. Thanks for watching the news at 6.
See you back here on the Night Beat at 10.